Hey, online crew, I'm back. I'm back home. I'm back with my captain's hat. We are back to normal. So firstly, I would like to say thank you for your patience yesterday when we were traveling and I had no internet. So I knew that at the time that I was meant to be going live, the signal wasn't going to be strong enough because it was coming in and out and in and out. It took me a while to even just post to alert you to that. So thanks for your patience yesterday, guys, in not going live. It took us 9 hours to get home yesterday with a few sort of stops here and there, but back home, it's good to be back home. Nice and sort of refreshed. I mean, I did do a little bit of work here and there while I was away, but sometimes you just need a new environment to go to, and that was lovely, although the smoke did catch up with us where we went. We were trying to escape it, but we have had some rain since in Australia, which is good. Now, what I'm here to talk to you about today, this is a question that comes up quite often. And this week I've been sort of talking about reevaluating, reassessing where you are and those kind of things. And one of those things is when you're overwhelmed and you need to stop and just sort of take a check-in of where you're at and what you're doing and whether it's the right thing for you. And through that thought process, some people say to me, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. I don't know if I've got it in me to keep continuing on this journey when I feel like I'm bashing my head against a brick wall, and it's been not only for months but for years. Some people, have an evaluation process around the company that they're in and whether they should stay or whether they should sort of move on. So I want to have a discussion with you about this because it's really important every now and again, like any job that you would have traditionally. It's very rare that people stay in the one job forever. Like you could probably count on your hand, less than 5 people that that have been in the one job their entire lifetime. And yet when it comes to this industry, people are really scared to sort of move sometimes, and other people move too quickly. So I'm not saying you shouldn't move. Some people think the grass is green on the other side, and it's actually not. It's actually all about them, nothing to do with the companies that they join. It's to do with the fears and, lack of action that the person's taking. So it's a really interesting discussion to have. But at some point, it is probably good for you to evaluate whether you should stay in your company or whether you should look to move, or whether you are sort of feeling uncomfortable and thinking, I want to go elsewhere, but it's not about going elsewhere, it's about you. So let's have a discussion around this today. I've been through this, so I can speak from experience, and it is really, really difficult. When I made a decision to leave my last company, I think I cried for about a week. The reason is because of the emotion that was attached to it, the people that was attached to it. I love the company. I love the people, had really close friends and family in that business with me. I still have family that are in that business, although I'm not there anymore. So it was really tied up in the emotion. In the end, I couldn't be the leader that I knew I needed to be. So I had to let it go because it just wasn't in me anymore. And I was retreating, and I felt really, really guilty because I just wasn't stepping up as a leader to my team. And so my conscience wouldn't allow me, to say this. So there's all sorts of different thought processes that you might go through, but it is an interesting discussion, and I would encourage you to evaluate sometimes because you don't want to jump ship if you're going to have the same problem somewhere else as well. So, I'm not sure if any of you sort of listening live or watching the replay have ever had these thoughts go through your mind. Should I stay? Am I in the right place? Is this a good fit for me? Maybe I should look around. Maybe you're looking for a new home. Those kind of things. Like, let me know if it's something that has crossed your mind previously. So I know that I'm talking to some people that this might be of interest of. So welcome, guys. If we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin. That's my name there. We've got Henry here. Henry's my little fish that guards Palm Cove when I'm not around, which has been this week because I've been away. And we have entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, network marketing, digital marketers, all of the above here. And what we learn to do here is to learn to leverage social media with modern social media strategies to build our business. Okay, we just got to make sure we're in the right business. Would be a good start. So who do we have here today? We've got Gloria. Hello, Gloria. Good to see you here. We've got Mel, Olive, thank you. Great to see you back. We've got Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Good to see you here. Cindy's not feeling the best at the moment, so happy and positive and healing vibes to you, Cindy. Hello, Matthew. How are you going? Good to see you here. Hello, Judy and Bob. Good morning to you in your part of the world. Some of you will be morning, some of you will be evening. We've got people from all around the world here. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Olive's got all the emojis going on. So if you're not aware, the palm tree is our little mascot for our community here. The fish is for those of you in my free Facebook groups, and some of you may be watching from there. So I'm broadcasting live on my business page and in my free group, which is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. Anybody is welcome in that group. And that's the little emoji for that group. The cruise ship is for those of you in my online crew coaching community, and the anchor is for those of you that are life members in the coaching community. And I have got a reminder above, any of you that want to participate in the reviews bootcamp next week in my coaching community, you're welcome to join us there. Those of you that are in the coaching community, I'm going to explain all of that over there live after I finish this live. So just going to give you a bit of context as to how that is going to work. So if you want your page reviewed, posts, Facebook ads, if you want me to look at some stuff and give you some feedback and suggestions and, all of that good stuff, then that's what next week is all about. It's going to be a really, really powerful boot camp. You'll learn a lot. Okay. Hey, MJ. How are you, MJ? Good to see you on. Rain. Yeah, and it was really weird, Olive, regarding the rain. There was actually in a part of Australia that's been drought stricken, so it's just bare. There's no green or anything like that. It's the ground's all brown, the fires everywhere. There was one particular property I saw an image of. I don't know if this went around the world at all, but they got flooded. So they've gone from drought and fires to the property being flooded. Like, give us a break. Give us a break. That's certainly not across Australia at all. It's just that one particular property, but just, it's almost comical. Hey, Monica, how are you? Melanie, good to see you on. We've got Teresa is here as well from Edmonton. Got Heather, good to see you here. We've got Matt. How's Matt going? Are you well, Matt? Crystal, hello, Crystal. How are you? Good to see you here. And we've got Cindy, and we've got Cheryl, we've got Heather, we've got MJ. My 53-year career, I have worked for 20 different companies as an employee, and my 7th business opportunity is still going strong. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like people move, you think of a traditional employee. You get a job, you learn some skills, you grow. And then you're ready for something else. You get another job, you learn more skills, and you grow and you move on. But people are sometimes scared to move on in this industry that we represent here, home-based industry, entrepreneurs, direct sellers. But there's nothing wrong with moving if it's a right fit for you. You just got to work out whether it's the right fit. But you shouldn't be scared of moving. And sometimes people come into your business and they come in after you. They soar up the ranks and you think, how the hell did they do that? They're the last ones in. They've flown up the ranks. Little do you know, they've probably been in the industry for years and they know what it takes to go into, a different company and then, just get the action going and, have some really massive results. So some people get skewed thoughts around that because they think, oh, how can they do it? Why isn't it working for me? And unbeknownst to you, they've probably been in 5 or 6 companies before and they've already had their training ground. So every company, if you've been in more than one, like MJ has, it's not a bad thing. It's a learning curve. And you have stepping stones to maybe get the success that you're looking for in maybe your 4th or 5th company. Who knows? But nothing's bad. It's just that maybe there's something that's a better fit for you. You just never know. Just have your eyes open and don't stay somewhere on emotion. I'll get into all of this in a minute because too many people stay in this industry because of emotion. Your emotion is taking over your business sense and you are just continuing to lose money because you're emotionally tied to the company. which is not a good business decision. We go into this industry to generate, generate income and build the lifestyle that we want. So you don't want to be tied to something that's actually sending you backwards. But you also don't want to jump ship if it's you and not the company. Okay, so there's the two sides to it. Hi Edith, how are you? Mary Jo, good to see you. Tammy, it's raining in Tammy's part of the world in Australia. That's good to hear. Gloria, that's where I'm at, learning and growing. That's every experience is learning and growing. Present. Hi Lani, how are you? Good to see you on. Hello Emma. So let me get into the content for today, and I want to give you some things to consider. So these are the kind of things that will, I guess, give you some things to evaluate as to whether you're in the right place. And I guess really strongly I want to put across that you don't want to let your emotions take over in this industry, which it very much can, because you can end up staying somewhere that business-wise is not really good for you, and you're just pouring more money after, not bad money, but more money to something that potentially may never work for you because it doesn't have the right ingredients. So let's have a look at some of the things that can make up really good ingredients for a good company. And this is difficult to sort of be completely across the board, because some of you have got you'll be in different companies, different products. Some of you will have a physical product that you move every month. Some of you won't. You'll be in the digital sort of marketing space. So you have to sort of make this fit for what kind of company, you're with, and assessing this whole network marketing, MLM, direct sales, digital sort of marketing space. So some of these things to consider may or may not be relevant to you, but they're all worth evaluating as to whether you're in the right spot or not, or whether there's opportunity for you to find a better fit. So I'll just go back to sort of my experience. I had some success. Well, I started badly because I didn't know what I was doing. I came from corporate, didn't know anything about network marketing, didn't like network marketing. I knew that much. I was one of those people that had the stigma around network marketing. My parents had actually been in Amway, like the LOC bottles. Those of you that have been in Amway, like they were around the house. I never really knew what it was, but I know enough to know the label that when I got older, later in life, we had some of those products in our house. So I think they were in the business and not just bought the products, but I wouldn't really know because it was never a sort of a point of discussion. But anyway, so slight exposure to it, didn't like it, didn't want to be involved with it, but found, it came and found me, as we will say. The opportunity came and found me, and I was leaving corporate because of family circumstances, and it's like, why not? What have I got to lose? Very minimal sort of buy-in with the company that I went into, so there wasn't a lot of risk, okay? So it started really badly. I'm from corporate, no experience in network marketing. So those of you that think that, if you've had success in business, you can be successful in network marketing, not so. Like, network marketing is a beast of its own, like digital marketing, the online world. It's a complete beast of its own. I'm sure you'll agree there. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to approach people. I didn't know how to handle objections. I didn't have any training around that, all of that kind of stuff. So it was just a big mess. I approached people. I spammed people with messages, went to all my friends and family, got all the negative reaction that we're sort of all used to. And like, I don't like this. And I said this story many a time. I remember crying to my husband going, I know I'm not dumb. I know I'm a relatively smart girl and I've had a lot of success in business. What am I doing wrong? I don't know if this business is for me. This is not a good fit for me. So I could have either given up then or worked out how to do it properly. So I did ask for help. I went to a mentor. I found a mentor, got some training, worked it all out, did some reading, researched YouTube, just got my hands on whatever I could, and then I had some success. Okay, so I had some success, but the whole reason I went online was because over time I was losing more team members than I was gaining them. So I was going backwards, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do this the traditional way anymore. I don't like this. I want to go online. I want to learn how to leverage social media. I want to learn how to get leads online, all of that kind of stuff. So I started really heavily researching the online world. what generally happens there, and some of you might feel this, is you get distracted. So you're starting learning all this online stuff and you're not really doing all the action that you need to do in your business because you're learning all this new stuff, and that was me. But what happened for me is that I just was starting to lose the drive to build that business. I loved the people in it. I still love the products, love my mentors, my uplines, things like that. Like, there was nothing really wrong. It just didn't align with me the same way as it used to. And I couldn't sit there and be active without knowing that I wasn't really going to build it anymore. So I left. And something came along after that I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to stay in the industry or not, but something came along that ticked a lot of the boxes that I'm going to talk about now. So this is what you need to sort of evaluate for you. So work out, what's going on for you. But two main things I want to warn you about. Be really careful of the emotion, because I hung in there for probably a lot longer than, well, I knew I didn't want to stay for quite a while, but I couldn't make the break. I just couldn't do it. I was too emotional about it. Got family members in that company. They're still in that company. So we just don't talk about, our businesses. It's just unspoken, which is a little bit sad that we're not on the same page anymore. And I feel like I've let them down. But at the end of the day, you can't stay somewhere for emotion. If it's not making you money, and it's not, that's why we go into the business. If it's not actually doing what you went into the business for, then you can't just stay for emotion, because you'll end up being broke. Okay, so at the end of the day, I let business take over, even though I had a lot of tears. But it's worked out really, really well for me. So very, very hard decision to make. Didn't make it for a long time because I was emotionally caught up in it. And when I made the decision, I cried a lot. And I still don't I wish I was still there in some respects, because I've still got a lot of friends and family in that company. But business-wise, financially, growth, products, health-wise, all the rest of it, I'm actually much better off. So it was a good decision for me to go with the company that I'm with now. Okay? So that's just a bit of sort of my story. So be careful of the emotion piece of it, but also on the flip side of that, don't just run away because you think the grass is greener on the other side, because it comes down to you. Like, you're the one that makes it work. You're the one that takes the action. So I see people jump from company to company to company, and they still have the same lack of results, because it's not about the company, it's about them. So if you're scared to talk to people, you're still going to be scared to talk to people in a new company as well as your old company. So you have to work out, is it you, or is there a better company that is a better fit for you? So you can't just run away and think the grass is greener on the other side, when there's actually, if you really look in the mirror, it's you that's not taking the action, and you actually love your company and you want it to work. It's you that needs to change. So you got to weigh up all of that. But here's some things to think about in relation to what makes a good company to be in. So I've got a list of things here. Okay. So if I'm looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. So the one thing is, obviously, top of the list is, are you staying because you're emotionally attached to the business? So evaluate that for yourself. You may love the people in your company, you may love the leaders, love certain things about it, but you've been in it for 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, and you still haven't made any money out of it. What's going on there? Is it because what they're offering is not it's not as easy to move, or it's not a good product, or is it you? Like, evaluate that. You have to determine whether it's actually the company or whether it's you. And more often than not, it's probably you, to be honest. Okay. What kind of sort of company are you in? So evaluate the company itself. There are a lot of companies that the people at the top are doing really, really well, but no one else is. The little person doesn't. So is your company a company that is set up for the little new person to win? Okay, where you don't want to be in a company where the leaders are making all the money and it's really, really difficult for anyone new coming in to sort of make any money. So it looks good on the outside. There's a handful of people making a lot of money and it looks good, and they're the one spruiking all the success stories. But when you look at the thousands of people that might be in that company, there's really just a handful of people that are being successful. Like, evaluate that. Does everybody have the opportunity to earn good money? So look at the company model, look at the setup, look at the amount of people in the business and how many people are actually really making money. So evaluate the business model, because there are a lot of companies that they're set up for the big player, but they're not set up for the little guy. And we need the little guy to win. We need the new people to win. We need new people to be able to earn money pretty quickly with the business model. So evaluate the actual company and the business model itself. Okay, the next one is it a business company that's actually growing in this industry? So, do a little bit of research. Is your company having growth against other companies in this industry out in the marketplace? I know that the company that I'm with, it was one of the top 5 fastest growing companies in 2019. So I'm really excited about where I am in my company and where we're headed, because it's one of the fastest growing. So I know there's huge potential and huge growth. What's happening with your company? Has it been around forever? And so there's growth, but it's there's not as much potential because it's, not saturated, nothing's saturated. But evaluate that. What is the potential for growth for you with what you're offering and for the company? So evaluate that. So you want to be in, an industry and a business model that's got massive growth and massive potential in front of it. Okay, so huge momentum. Okay, so have a look at that. What is the company offering? Okay, so is that something cutting edge? Is it something unique? Is it something that no one else is offering? Is it something that, your company can offer that's a little bit ahead of the game? If you can be involved with a company that has something that's cutting edge, something that's a little bit different to other network marketing sort of type companies out there, then that'll be a really big benefit to you, because a lot of network marketing companies offer the same kind of products. It just has a different label, different ingredients. And I know you all think your network marketing company is the best, or that your digital company or whatever it is that you are in, everybody thinks their business is the best. And you'll tell me mine is the best, I've done all that research, whatever. Everybody thinks the same, guys. But when you really look at it, what is different? What is cutting edge about what you are offering to somebody versus another company? So you want that progressiveness, you want that uniqueness, you want something that not every other company is offering. So, evaluate that side of it. What is the potential of what you're offering and the future of what you're offering? Or is it just the same thing over and over and over and over again, and there's no new products or there's no new things to get excited about in the company? So evaluate that. The products, companies that work really well, especially for the little guy, is something that people need over and over and over and over again. And that's why there's a lot of health and wellness companies and weight loss companies and skincare companies and stuff like that that deal with products. Because if you find a really good product that works for somebody or really helps people with their health, then they will reorder and reorder and reorder. So you're always earning commission along the way when you get repeat customers. Or for yourself, being in the industry, you find some products you like and you use them over and over and over again. So you get the benefit for what you're paying for from month to month. So a good business model to be in this industry is having products that people run out of, having products that people need to buy over and over and over again. And that's why a lot of businesses in this industry have products that run out. So it lasts for 30 days or something similar to that. So they need to buy again if it's something there's like. So there's always purchases being made, which means there's always commissions being made. And just on that, what commission structure is your company offering? You would hope, like I know our company offers around about the 50% mark commission of product sales back to the people in the business. Most companies sit around 15 to 30%. So, the commission structure, how hard is it for you to make money? Does somebody underneath you need to achieve something for you to achieve something? Like, are you hamstrung because of what somebody underneath you needs to do? Like, you don't want those kind of restrictions either. So have a look, like really good look, and know the compensation plan or how you get paid and how hard or how easy, that is. That's a huge part of whether you're going to be successful or not, is how easy or how hard is it for you to earn your money in the business model that you're in. So something that has sort of like repeat turnover, and something that somebody loves that they just can't live without: repeat sales, repeat commissions. And, you join in with that, something that's cutting edge, something that's unique, something that's exciting, a company that's progressive, always doing new things, then, you've got a winning formula there in the industry. So these are the kind of things you want to think about. So the comp plan is a huge one. Some people don't even understand the comp plan, and they've joined the company not knowing how difficult it is to get paid, or not even realizing the person underneath you has to achieve this and this before you can even achieve something. So you might have done really well, but because they didn't achieve this, then you can't achieve what you bugger that. Like, your efforts should be rewarded for what you do. So all those kind of things, okay? And are you in a company that's working with the business partners, ambassadors, distributors, whatever your company calls you? Are they working with you and asking your opinion and, offering your input? I know our company, because it's so progressive and cutting edge, it puts out new products and gets them to try us and ask for our feedback. And then depending what the field says, they'll make decisions around that. Like, we are included in what gets created for a company, and they are cutting edge. So it's exciting stuff. Like, is that, or are you just dictated to? Like, no, this is the way it is, and this is the way it's been for 100 years, and this is the way that you'll do it. And no, you can't do that. Like, the leadership of your company and how they operate, that's something to take into consideration as well. Okay, so obviously building on that, the leadership of the company and how progressive they are, and how often are they making changes, how are they keeping up with the industry, what training are you, what training are you being offered? Those of you that do Facebook advertising, is that really cutting edge, latest training, that kind of stuff? You've got to be ahead of the game with all that kind of stuff. So is that what is being provided to you? Really, really important. Okay. I guess the last thing with all of this is you don't want to feel trapped with where you are. You've gone that far with your company, or you've been in your company for that many years, or you've invested that much money that you feel trapped. You feel like, I've got to make this work because the amount of money I've invested into it, I've got to get that money back. So evaluate all of those things as to whether that's possible for you. And if it's good, awesome, then work hard to achieve that. If after evaluating all of that, you're not quite sure, then get over the emotion side of it and make a business decision. So I'm not saying any of you should leave your companies. You need to evaluate those kind of things for you. What excites you? What is a good formula for a company for you? And don't just move, on the flip side of it because it's too hard. Because more often than not, it's the person. So I know heaps of people that have jumped multiple companies and they're no better off in any one of those companies because it's not the company. It's the person. It's the actual business partner, ambassador, distributor, whatever you want to call it. They're too afraid to talk to people about their network marketing business or their digital business or whatever it is. So it comes down to you as a person, not the business model behind. But depending on all those things that I've just mentioned, you can find companies that are more progressive. It's easier to make money. The products are, unique and cutting edge and those kind of things. So if you've got something that nobody else has, then that's awesome. Because you're not fighting against everybody else in every other network marketing company that's just selling another shake. Okay, so it's a challenging thing. I just want to give you an example. It just came to my mind. There's a friend of mine that was in a network marketing company, and she was a $1 million earner. So she'd already crossed the $1 million mark and was earning, amazing money every single month. Very, very traditional business, and didn't like the online world. So she started exploring the online world, and the company didn't like it. So she started sort of building a brand and all this kind of thing, and the company just didn't like it, and they basically put their foot down and said, either you do it our way or, you know, basically we're going to kick you out. So I can't tell you the emotional turmoil. Could you imagine being $1 million earner in your business and then you come across some conflict like that with the owners of the company? Like, what would you do? Most people would stay because of the money. I bet 95% of you would probably stay because you wanted to keep the money, and you just go quiet and not do what you really want to do in leveraging sort of the online world because of the benefits that can give you. But she made a really, really tough decision and left. As some of you may know, you can't cross recruit immediately if you move somewhere or anything. So she sat quiet for, you know, over 6 months, which is what the company said. You can't cross recruit or talk to anybody or whatever. So just left, sat tight, joined another company. So didn't bring anyone across, didn't cross recruit, just wanted to start again. Started again. So can you imagine that? Being $1 million earner and just giving it all up, walking away, going to another company and starting from scratch. She earned in under a year with the new company what took her 6 years to build in her old company. So when you've got the skills and the drive and you've learned what you learned and you know what to do, you can go somewhere and build even bigger and better than what you've already built. But please, guys, don't stay in this. This is what gives the industry a bad name. I tried that. It didn't work. Did it not work, or was it just not the right fit for you, or did you not work? Like, get realistic about why it's not working. Is there a company that might be a better fit for you that gives you more opportunity to use all the training ground that you've had and then put it into something else and start again and do a hell of a lot better? So I had some success in my previous business, but I took all that training from scratch, didn't know how to build this business, brought that into my new business. And some of you might know, over 560 people now have joined my team in the last 12 months. And I've, 5 ranks or whatever rank, jumped 5 ranks or what it is, and good income. Like, I'm achieving now what I never really achieved in my previous business because of all the training ground that I had. And I still love my previous company and the people in it and the products and all the rest of it. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. But when I decided to leave because I wasn't emotionally attached to it anymore, and then something else came my way and I thought, this is actually really exciting. This is something that, you know, ticks a lot of these boxes that I just mentioned to you. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a go. And I've never looked back. So very, very difficult decision, but, you know, at least I left the company that I did for, you know, for the right reasons, if that makes sense. I didn't just jump from one to the other because of shiny object syndrome. I evaluated what I needed to, you know, with all those things. But it comes down to you guys. It comes down to you. What is a good fit for you? Evaluate all those things that I've mentioned and work out, is it actually what you're offering because you're doing everything you should be doing? Or are you not really doing what you should be doing? Or are you not getting the right training? Or is it too hard to make money in the company that you're in? Like, evaluate all of those things. I just wanted to give you some things to think about because I see way too many people in this industry sit and suffer and they feel trapped. It's like, I've wasted so much money. Well, not wasted. I've invested so much money into this business. I've got to get my money back. Well, you could sit there for another 6 or 12 months and invest even more money and still not get anything back if it's not got all the right boxes to be ticked. So don't suffer in silence. Evaluate it for it is and make a business decision, not an emotional decision. But also at the same time, look in the mirror and go, well, it's not really about that. The opportunity is awesome. I'm just not working the opportunity. So work out which one it is. Is it not the best fit for you, or are you not doing the work? Could be a combination of both, really. You know, that's up to you to evaluate. But has this been helpful at all? Just to throw a few things for you to sort of think about. I'm just going to have a look at some of your comments here. Catching you alone, resting up after an altercation with a motorbike kid riding on a walking path. Are you all right, Michael? I guess you're indicating you've had a little bit of an accident, so I hope you're okay. That's awful. Jackie, I've gone through that, dragging my company, even I knew it was not going to work just because I don't want to leave people. That's what we don't want to do. That's what caused me so many tears, is because I was so emotionally and I still love my previous leaders and upline and stuff like that. Yeah, we get emotionally connected. I'm still emotionally connected to them. That doesn't change. Hard to admit, it's not the company. Yep, majority of the time it won't be. I've been in about 6 other companies and now my 7th. I've found my home. Beautiful. If you're appearing like that, it means that you are watching from my group, my free group, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners, and you just need to click the bottom link above in the description, which is the StreamYard link, and then I can see your profile, okay? Don't make a habit of collecting red flags. You really only need 1 to consider moving on. Yeah, 1 red flag is enough. We don't want like 5 red flags. That's not a good combination. Great topic. It's all different flavors of the ice cream. Yeah. Hey, Laurie. I've been running my company for 15 years or so, and even some of the digital marketing, online marketing is completely new still to this day. Well, there's one thing about this industry is it never sits still. Yes, it's so easy to get distracted online. Absolutely. Things have to allow the things to flow. Not quite sure what you mean there, but I'm sure you left that comment ages ago. Things have to be congruent and think proactively. Yeah, great points. I'm a very sensitive and emotional person, which can keep you stuck. So that it's not a bad thing, whoever that was. I can't tell who's leaving the comment there. But in this industry, it can keep you stuck. So it is just something to, look at and evaluate and not get caught up in emotion, because emotions, you can't make logical, rational, great business decisions when you're emotional about something. You have to separate the two. You have to look at things and evaluate things for what they are on like all those different points that I've already mentioned, and look at it rationally and not emotionally. Okay. I find the company doesn't really provide the type of training they really should be, and I find that frustrating. Yeah, so it's just a matter of working out whether you can work around that, because there's always going to be issues with companies, guys. No company is perfect. So there's going to be areas of your company, even your upline and things like that you're going to have issues with. It's just the industry. So it's a matter of sort of evaluating, can you work around that, or is that going to be a real big obstacle? So they're the kind of things to sort of throw up and evaluate as well. Hi, Helen, a bit late. No worries, Carol. You can catch the replay. Yes, I'm realizing this. It's made me rethink my current situation. And that's not a bad thing, because you can stay in situations that can keep you stuck for months and years. And at the end of the day, think of the reason why you get into this business. It's not to struggle. It's not to sit in the struggle for months and years. It's to work out what is the best fit for you, what is the best opportunity for you, but evaluate all areas of your decision, not just I love the company, or I love the people, or I love my upline. Well, that's not going to make you money. So we do need to think of this as a business decision, which a lot of people in this industry miss. We need to treat this business like any other traditional business in our decision making. Okay. So good to be here. I've really missed you guys so much. Who are you? So I'm not sure who that is. It means you're watching from my group. So just click that StreamYard link above so we can see who you are. Consumable products. That is that's why so many businesses in this industry have consumable products, because it's a really good formula for success when products are consumable. Okay. Not like Tupperware. How often do ease one rebuy? Yeah, Tupperware's too good. Tupperware lasts forever. Tupperware need to not make such good products, because you buy one and it lasts for 20 years. I love my Tupperware, but it's not something that I'm going to buy over and over again, because it's so good that it lasts forever. No, Ella, I'm not asked by my upline nothing. I'm not asked by my upline nothing. So is that saying your upline doesn't keep in contact with you? Okay. Well, this is a good thing. I definitely don't feel trapped. I love where I'm at and I'm truly passionate about. And that's what we hope for everybody in this industry. And that's where I hope majority of you sit with your businesses, that you feel that it's the right fit for you and that you can thrive with it. And it's your home and that's where you want to be. So for those of you that don't feel that, maybe just evaluate it. Like if you don't feel this is the be all and end all and you're going to do what it takes to make it work because you're just not really aligned with it, or it's just not emotionally sitting right with you, then evaluate. Just evaluate. There's, as I said, there's the both sides of it. It might not be the best fit, or it could be a really good fit for you, but you're the one that's not working it. Like, which one is it? There's no sort of right or wrong here. You've just got to make the best decision for you. That's all. Okay, but it is a question that comes up a lot with people. I don't know whether I should stay with this company or whether I should try something different. At the end of the day, it's, it's just only you can make that decision by evaluating all the different components for what it is. I could do a little bit of homework and research. A lot of people, unfortunately, enter this industry without much thought behind it, or somebody just gives them the really good sort of sales job. This is awesome, and you only have to do this, and this is how much money you're going to make, and we get sold on the dream. But sometimes the dream doesn't come to reality. So we want the dream to become your reality. Absolutely. So I hope and wish that for all of you. Okay, now I've talked way too long. See, I've missed you. I'm making up for yesterday for not going live. So thank you for being here with me live, guys, or for those of you watching the replay. I hope there's something in this discussion that just gives you a bit of food for thought to go, yep, I'm in the right place and I'm going to work a little bit harder. Or maybe I've got some things to think about. So, only you can sort of evaluate that. So thanks for being here with me, guys. Those of you in my online crew coaching community, I'm quickly going over live there in a couple of minutes just to explain how the reviews bootcamp is going to work next week. Okay. And any of you that want to have want to have the opportunity to have your work reviewed, whether that's your branding on your page or a Facebook ad or something like that, then you can join our community by the link above. We do a boot camp every single month and a live Zoom call as well. Okay. So I will see the rest of you same time tomorrow. I'll see my coaching crew members in a minute. Okay. See you guys. Bye.